So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. And here's Hullet. Good take, and is he in? Now it's Bellingham. Well, we all know who created the concept of total football, but is it fair to say, Jim, that no one embodied it better? Oh, great leap! Has fallen kindly here. Goal! Botafogo! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Turkey are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. That's good play. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Hullet. Botafogo leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Great vision. This looks promising. He's having a shot! It's a goal! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Turkey restore parity.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Clipped into space. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Now it's Mbappe. Driving forward. And it's made its way to him. Zaire Emery crosses it in. And that's the keeper's ball. Van Dijk. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Now it's Mbappe.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Chouameni. Now it's Mbappe.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Turkey are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. And the shot! Goal! Turkey! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward!
Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
Turkey leading now.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
And here's Hullet. Stood up well to him there. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. It's a promising position. Looking for the run. Lahm promptly onto that, and that is that. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Zaire Emery ventures forward. Chouameni. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. And here's Mbappe. Hakimi. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's very neat. Picked out brilliantly. João Neves. Mbappe pinches it off him. And it's Roberto Carlos. Chouameni. It's a pretty loose pass. Azar, very much a man of this moment.
Added time.
Bellingham. The final seconds now. Konate makes the interception. João Neves. And we've reached half-time. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it.
And if you do have a chance
The
today,
midway
please
point of the
take some
game.
time out to
I've
give
been
your
left
support
almost
to our
breathless
Venice
here,
Stadium
Peter.
crew.
This is frantic stuff. 45 minutes just seem to fly by. Here's hoping both teams can maintain this level.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So off we go again.
Botafogo can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Bellingham. Roberto Carlos. And they can counter here. Now it's Hullet. Now this could be a chance.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Hakimi is in a really good position out wide. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Bellingham. And this is Hullet. Shapes to shoot! He pondered over it, and that goes down as a chance missed.
Look, if they're going to counter, it has to be pacier and much more decisive.
Konate. Turkey appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Hullet. Oh, well played, well played. So we've reached the hour mark. That's going to go a long way. And smartly reclaimed. That's tidy. Chouameni.
Botafogo may only be one behind, but they're showing much in terms of threatening parity.
Decent chance!
The attendance for this match was
That was struck with genuine
80,953.
force.
Substitution for Turkey.
Well, look,
Number
they know they've got a
18,
height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Number 5, Hazard. Number 87.
And now
John
a sudden
Evans.
chance to counter.
Coming on the field, number 11, Turner. Number 21, Bellingham. Number 9,
Tchouaméni.
Federico Valverde. Substitution.
Botafogo perhaps contemplating their next change here. Tchouaméni. And here's Bellingham. And it's Valverde. It's Van Dijk. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's shifting through the gears here. That is a brilliant interception.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to...
And he shoots! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Gullit goes short. Showing good feet. Great chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. That is good strength. Rodgers receives it in a good position here. And that was very necessary. Half an hour gone in the second half. Rodgers. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Botafogo really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Oh, good take and a good shot, surely! And that's a good finish. Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character, wonderful.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
But Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Botafogo dragged themselves back again.
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank.
Substitution in progress.
Botafogo can make their change now with a break in play.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
Van Dijk out-muscles him. Turkey do have a chance to counter here. Played out to the left flank. Gullit, and this is Gullit. Roberto Carlos, and it's Valverde. He's in a good position here. There's the shot!
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Nicely weighted ball. Valverde. Oh, sweet feet. That's an excellent interception. Aimed beyond the defence.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Oh, important interception. Roberto Carlos. Valverde. Bellingham. And that will be it. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both... Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
Turkey.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting.
So that's got things underway.
Well, five at the back, Jim. It does feel fairly defensively oriented, this formation.
Well, you could say it's a lineup that's all about creating positive transitions. The lack of width in midfield with just three in there makes the role of the fullbacks more crucial, or wing-backs. You have to have them constantly push up, forcing opposition players back and giving your team a little more freedom.
Easier said than done.
That's right, but it does work very well, provided you have the right players to pull it off.
Now it's Mbappe. That is good progress on the left. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Well, we all know who created the concept of total football, but is it fair to say, Jim, that no one embodied it better on the pitch than this man, Ruud Gullit?
That is true, definitely. He has the pace, the power, the technique to play anywhere across the front line, but he also has the intelligence, the vision to play in a more withdrawn playmaking role, or even in defence. He could fill in and cover for any position as required, and he had the intelligence to be able to put it all together.
He really does have it all. Hakimi.
Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative.
Now it's Mbappe. Chouameni.
Quarter of an hour played.
And that interception was most necessary.
Tries a shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
No goals as yet.
And they can counter here.
Mbappe, there he goes, motoring forward.
Pinches it off him. Hakimi just loves to go forward whenever he can. Bellingham. And it's Chouameni. Here's Chouameni. And here's Mbappe. Chouameni. Turkey are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Now it's Gullit. And it's Bellingham. Threads one in. Hakimi.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Now it's Mbappe.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Zaire Emery. Now it's Gullit. Nicely weighted ball. Bellingham! That's a lovely, neat pass. And he welcomes it in. Roberto Carlos deals with that comfortably. Zaire Emery. Gullit.
Hakimi. João Neves. And it's Neves. Roberto Carlos. And that little bit of skill has got him away. Neither side giving way, it has been tight. Lahm is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Now it's Hullet. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. That's destined for the flank. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Zaire Emery.
A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. And here's Mbappe. João Neves. And Hakimi. Not the most accurate pass. That is ended up in no man's land. So a temporary halt to the action. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Reflections on the first half?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
And Hullet! It's there!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
And that is stunning, just too hot to handle.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
So the first goal of the game.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Botafogo do have a chance to counter here. Knocks it into... Can he finish? Oh, lovely. Bellingham! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, he's been caught on it here. Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. And here's Azar.
Tries to play it through. Chouameni.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Hullet.
That has found him in acres of space.
And here's Azar. He's had a shot!
They want to be quick to recover this. And they've got a throw.
Substitution for Turkey, number 18.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the message they're sending out now is pretty loud and clear. Let's grab a second goal and give ourselves an element of comfort.
Coming on the field.
Turkey appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Bellingham.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's
Chance for a shot! And no mistake. A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.
Bullet really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that fate.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Botafogo are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough...
Thuram! Well, now it's a race for the ball. That needed to be better, and he knows it.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Lam is one whose deliveries we all know about. Botafogo still have the cards to affect this game. And it's Zaire Emery. Chouameni. Bellingham. Chouameni. Tries to pass it through. Bullet. And he's being shifted off it. And it's Valverde. Now, can they get... And the finish! And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
That's more like it. They have to force the issue, and that's the way to do it.
Impressive jump! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Looking for the run. Pullet is in a really good position out wide. Lovely bit of skill. And this is Pullet. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Defending here is really tight. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Szoboszlai. He's shifting through the gears here. It's a good-looking... Terrific effort! Oh, it rattles the bar! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
You could tell he wanted that too. Still, at least he can smile about it, seeing as they're a couple of goals up.
Turkey ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. And that pass just didn't quite work. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Šeško in with the challenge. Thuram. Chouameni stood up well to him there. Šeško. Chouameni.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Substitution for Turkey, number 13, Hakimi.
Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time.
Number 22, Joshua Kimmich.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Botafogo can probably lay claim to the title of having been the better side here. Certainly more results-driven as they went about their business in an efficient manner.
Hello everybody, and a quick announcement
Bullet
now.
voted
We would like
man
to
of the
ask you all
match,
to
and
kindly stay
deservedly
seated during
so.
the match. Thank you for your cooperation.
Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
I think we just saw a team
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here.
everybody, and
Gorgeous,
welcome to
gorgeous
today's
evening. The
match.
skies are clear, the noise
Turkey
is fervent,
against
the
Montenegro.
atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So things are underway. It appears to be a 4-4-2 formation, Jim.
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more fluid and flexible than it...
And the finish! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. He won't be happy with that one. And it's Bellingham.
Well, just when you think you've got Eden Hazard, Peter, he opens up another box of tricks entirely.
And that's the thrill about him, isn't it? Every time you come and watch him play, he seems to come up with more and more surprises.
Well, I mean, that's the key to the job, isn't it? Find a different way of doing the same thing, and that he basically excels at. He's fantastic. Once he comes inside, anything is possible.
Eto'o was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. João Neves picks it up out wide. Traoré knocks it into space. Van Dijk. Botafogo still without a single shot on target. Yamal. Turkey are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Pinches it off him.
Eto'o really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marked.
And Hullet! Oh, and the keeper couldn't hold it. Missed by a fraction. And it's Azar. João Neves. Traoré. Oh, good-looking ball. Eto'o going face-to-face with his great rival. Traoré. Hullet. And it's Zaire Emery. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Azar. Now it's Hullet. Now they can break here. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Looking for options for movement. Oh, that's fabulous. Cross deflected behind for a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And that should get the job done. And he's gone back. Shot, surely! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
João Neves. Here's Tchouaméni. Hakimi. Looking tidy in possession here. And it's Neves. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Goes for a shot! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Turkey really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
And he gets rid in a hurry. No way through. Can he finish? He doesn't look too happy with that.
João Neves certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
And it's Neves. Can he get it through? It's come to nothing. Yamal. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. Yamal. Yamal, a dangerous raider down the right-hand side. João Neves. Bellingham providing an outlet on that flank. He's onside. Chance for a shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! That's put paid to the danger. Zaire Emery has it in a wide position. Zaire Emery crosses it in. And he's taking no chances there. Bellingham. Tries to play it through. Yamal. He's shifting through the gears here.
1 minute added time.
And it's Bellingham. João Neves. Brilliantly cut out. Neto, with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. So, a temporary halt to the action. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps.
And
The
now,
midway
to
point
all
of the
members
game.
crowd,
What a pleasant
I'd
surprise
like
to
ask you
see
join me
how
in
open
wishing our
this game is
birthday boy a
turning
very
into.
special
Just
birthday.
wondering if the two teams are going to keep doing what we've seen in the first half. I hope that a cautious aspect doesn't kick in.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock, the score 0-0. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. So neither side has yet broken through. Bellingham. João Neves. Yamal. Bellingham. This is promising. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Tchouaméni engages and forces him off the ball. Hullet! Hullet! They've scored!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, it's a great ball here.
that's an excellent interception. Chouameni, can he spark a counter here? Now it's Bellingham, looking for the run. So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's approaching that time where you have to decide whether you stick or twist, Peter. I'm inclined to think the latter, but the boss probably has quite a few things which he has to factor in yet, so let's see.
Chouameni, Botafogo are leading here through the only goal of the game, scored early in the second half. And the score is 1-0. Not a hint of offside here. Lahm plays it in.
Substitution for Turkey, number 15.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 5, Hazard. Number 87, John Neves. Coming on the field.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Number 17, Vinicius Junior. Number 21, Bellingham.
Substitutions
Konate.
taking place.
Botafogo perhaps contemplating their next change here. And here's Hullet. Doku.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And he stands tall, impenetrable. Hakimi wins the duel this time. So Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is constant.
He's having a shot! It's run loose, who's going to get... And again! And he's stuck it away! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Botafogo are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done. Variety is the spice of footballing life too. They need to alter their approach and start shifting this ball out wide.
Doku. And they can counter here. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Succumbs to the pressure. Šeško.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Now it's Thuram. He's found a way past. He's picked his way through. Šeško touches it back. Now this could be a chance. And a shot! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Thuram is fully aware of how important that could have been. Probably game, set and match.
Botafogo have their second corner now. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Turkey are looking to go forward now. Hakimi. It's Bellingham. Now, can they get him away? Good read, needed to be. Now it's Thuram. Great vision. Always onto this. Nesta.
There will be 3
And that's
minutes
another
added
good
time.
win of the ball. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Oh, shooting chance! And again, he is at his elastic best. Botafogo have their third corner. Punched away. Oh, this is a great... And Hullet! And I think we're done. Yes, we are done. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, but most importantly, they have the result that was of paramount importance. Good enough in the eyes of their people. Hullet taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.